I think my girlfriend cheated with my best mate. Last night I went out with my new girlfriend J of like a week, my best mate M, and 2 other friends, and I think M and J made out, but they both deny it. Relevant info. We all work in a bar together. 2. J joined about a month ago. Her and M never really got along. No real reason, he just doesn't really like anyone. M was also against me getting with J, as when me and her first met she had a boyfriend, and he said he didn't trust her as she's a cheat. My best mate is really good with women, and helped me get with her by telling me what to reply to her texts. So last night, after work I decided it would be a good idea to go out for drinks, as I really wanted M to get on with J, as I really like her and me and him are basically best friends. Thing were always a little cold between them and J felt awkward, because M didn't like her. I tried to reassure her that he's just a bit of a cold person, but she still felt awkward at work, so I thought this was the best way to get them on warmer terms. I invite M out with me and J and a few other guys from work, so it's like a chill and low pressure environment for him to give her a chance. It's also good to have him around as he gives me advice on how best to handle things with J. I'm not totally useless with women, but I'm nowhere near on his level. I've only slept with 3 people, whereas his body count is around 40/50ths, and he is currently sleeping with 4 different girls, of which I've met 3 of them who are all nice and very attractive. So definitely the kind of guy to go to for advice. So we're out and drinking, and as expected things are a little awkward. J is trying quite hard to win M's approval, and M is still a little standoffish. But as the night goes on and we started getting really drunk, the 2 of them warm up and start getting along well. This is where the issues start. I feel like J starts getting pretty flirty with M. He also notices it and shut it down super quick every time. So like one example is she like grabbed his hand while laughing and he made a face at me and moved his hand off her. A little while later while they're talking she like starts rubbing his back and he outright says, "Get your grubby little hands off me." She kept asking for some of his drink but turned down a sip of mine even though we had the same drink. Just little sort of red flags, but like I said he's my bro and shut it down every time. As the night went on and the bar was closing, he was wingmanning me as me and Jay haven't slept together yet, and he was trying to help me seal the deal. He called up one of the girls he's sleeping with, Ma, and asked if he could bring me and Jay over to her place so we can carry on drinking and then she can join us when she finishes work. Ma agrees. So M tells us to leave so we can go to Ma's house. Jay turns to him and says, "The only way I'm leaving is if you carry me out. This makes me like WTF, and M says no and calls her a weirdo. She laughs and says she was joking. Fast forward to when we get back to Ma's. He lets us in and the 3 of us start doing shots, getting super wasted. She goes to the toilet and I ask him if he felt flirty vibes from her towards him. He sighs and says, "Listen bro, some girls you wife, some girls you fuck. I feel like she's type 2. This hits me really hard and puts me in a bit of a bad mood. When she's back from the toilet I'm a little mean to her, and make her cry by accident and she runs off to the toilet. He says to let him talk to her because I'm wasted and fucking things up. He goes into the toilet and after a minute or 2 I hear her laughing and she comes back fine and starts cuddling me and we're fine. After about an hour M asks if he can get changed into his pajamas and we're like yeah whatever. I catch Jay checking him out but think whatever, I know M is a gym fanatic and in shape so I'm not too mad about it. Soon after Ma comes back with her friend and she's mad at M. They start arguing over another girl, and then Jay gets involved to try and calm it down but that makes it worse and she accuses M of wearing his pajamas to show off to Jay, and accuses Jay of drooling over M. Eventually things calm down and we all carry on drinking together getting totally wasted. I'm outside smoking when all of a sudden I hear Ma shouting again. I go in to see what the issue is and supposedly Ma and her friend walked into the toilet and saw M and Jay making out. They're both denying it. Ma is screaming, "I'm not blind, I literally saw you." She kicks everyone out apart from M. Jay is crying as we walk back to her place, saying she wants to go back and talk to them. Me and Ma's other friends say that's an awful idea. She doesn't listen and goes back, so I follow her. As I'm walking, I'm getting madder and madder. We walk in and Ma is crying, and M turns to me and Jay and shouts, "You two get the fuck out." I call him a snake and he loses it, and gets in my face saying, "Don't make fuck you up. Walk away." Jay pulls me and we leave together. On the walk home, I'm asking Jay what actually happened, and her answer varies from nothing to "I don't remember." We get back and basically pass out. I wake up and text Ma and her friend, and it gets more confusing. Ma now says that she didn't see anything happen between M and Jay, she just thought they were doing stuff cause they were in the toilet together and got jealous because she was already mad at him about other girls, and it set her off. But Ma's friend is adamant that they opened the door and literally saw them full on making out. Jay now says she can't really remember the night, but she's 90% sure nothing happened. M says it's all bullshit, that Ma was jealous and kicked off, and her friend is shit stirring. Ma's friend is a known shit stirrer too. My life just feels a fucking mess right now. Comment. Your girlfriend is definitely the type 2 girl. Don't fall hard for her. The entire evening she has been trying to bait M. It probably worked and they might have even kissed. Telltale signs are there right from the bar that she is into him. Drop them all. Way too much drama, especially with Jay, who you've only been seeing for a week. Next story 2. Found out my husband is online cheating again. Throughout our 6-year marriage. Hi, very new to using Reddit even though I've had it a while. Not entirely sure how it works if I'm honest. But wondering if anyone can give me some advice, so here goes nothing. Me and my husband have been married for almost 6 years now, and we've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the years, but do love each other very much. Admittedly, we should have probably started counseling a long time ago. When we argue, more so he's doing 90% of the arguing, the way he shouts at me to the point it's very scary at times, and the amount of aggressive shouting he does, there's spit flying out onto my face, and recently he's got so angry he's started throwing things in my direction, like a pillow or something, that throughout the years it's affected me, especially sexually towards him. He says I don't touch him, I'm not affectionate enough and don't give him enough attention. But it's because of the way he's shouted at me so much throughout the years that a little part of me inside dies towards him in that way. It's not like we haven't ever been physical, it's just not as consistent. We can go 2/3 weeks without sex sometimes if I'm not in the mood. A lot of that is that I've been down, sad and moody and not happy within myself as well. I understand him cheating isn't entirely his fault, he needs attention from somewhere. But I've caught him twice throughout our marriage and I know he's done it a lot more. But even after the last time, he knew how much he'd broke my heart and promised he'd never do it again. But I found him cheating on me online again. And I've told him I have a gut feeling that something's not right, but at this point he is just lying to my face and is denying it. He has these kinks he's really into, and throughout our marriage I've gone with it, not physically done it, but we've talked about it to get in the mood. I don't think it's for me that I can ever physically do the things he wants me to do, or even ever match his major high sex drive. He tells people online that we are in an open relationship, that he's married and his wife doesn't mind, and says all this stuff to girls online that someone that's married shouldn't be saying or having those types of convos. As far as I'm concerned, it's got to the point that I don't know what to do anymore. I've been off with him these past few days and haven't told him I've found the messages on his phone again, recent ones. And I'm worried he's going to do it more because I'm being off with him and not giving him the attention he craves, but how can I when he's just lying to my face and cheating on me online? I don't even know whether to believe him if he's physically cheated in person anymore. I'm heartbroken. We've known each other since university and I thought he was my person. But I don't think I'll ever be enough for him. And I don't know what to do anymore. Sad thing is, this past month I have been more consistent in sex with him. I've finally come round to wanting kids and trying for a baby. But then I find these messages on his phone again. Some are from months ago, but there was one where he messaged in Jan and they just replied to him a few days ago, and even though we've been actively trying for kids this month and I've been trying to give more attention, he still replied. He also still sent other recent messages this month too. He blames me constantly for him cheating. If anyone can tell me their thoughts, good or bad, I would appreciate it. I understand I am to blame in this too, for his cheating. It's never one person's fault. It takes two. But marriage means a very strong bond to me. I trusted this person with my life. I've tried to trust him again after the previous mistakes he's made. But I think it's getting to the point I'm not sure I can trust him again. But I don't know if I can leave him either. I don't know what to do. Thanks in advance to any replies. Good or bad? Comment. Why do you want a baby with a cheater and a verbal abuser? If you have a family with him, you'll only find it more difficult to leave. Do not bring a child into this. That's the worst thing you could do. You need to leave this relationship and start concentrating on yourself. Well, he's spent the past 6 years conditioning you to bear the weight of his asshole behavior. There is absolutely nothing lovable about this lying, cheating, abusive person. I wouldn't want to have sex with him either. Your emotional responses are correct, yet you ignore them. Love is kind, I see neither kindness nor love here. The universe has so far protected you from procreating with this asshole. Thank your lucky stars and leave.